In the last video, we have seen what is the concept of integrity constraints and what are the types of key. Early, little brief discussion of super key and candidate key were done. So we will be seeing how unique key and primary key will be used here in this class. So in the last class, we have seen what is the definition of those things. And today we are going to see how we are going to implement primary key in our table. So if I want to, so I have find out what is super key, then next stage is candidate key and next stage is primary key. So once you have find out what is primary key and I want to implement in the table, then you can write create table name. In the last class or in the last video we have seen create table name followed by all the attributes name we have written, right? So here we will be writing this all the attribute name followed by primary key, right? So once you have written primary key, so it will allow only one roll number. Like if I have written 101, so only one roll number of the same number will be accepted. If I'm trying to insert again 101, it will show an integrity constraint. But whereas in the last video where we have created a table without primary key, even though we insert 101 again and again, it will accept because there was no primary key at that time. So here we can use a primary key by just adding like primary key followed by SID. Okay, so here CID, I will come across what is the CID and why we have used this both the this combination, right? So there is primary key along with a unique key. What is the significance of unique key? Actually, this is a domain integrity constraint where we can use unique. Once I have written this unique, I can allow only one time null values. Generally, when I have used any for any attribute this primary key, I cannot encourage any null values. That means I cannot insert a record without having a roll number, right? So since roll number is one primary key, so but when you use any unique, only one time a null value will be accepted. Then you might be thinking what is the difference between primary and unique. Generally both will give us or retrieve the single record only, but primary key will be only one column in the table, but unique key can be many number of columns in the table, right? So you can apply unique key for column 2, column 3, column 4, but whereas for primary key you can, there will be only one column name as the primary key. Next one is foreign key. What is this foreign key? Right, generally foreign means any outer people coming to other country, we call them as foreigners. So what is the concept of foreign key here? Foreign key means any primary key that is used in other table is known as foreign key. Example, for students, SID is primary key. If I'm using SID in courses table, right, in this table, assume that I have enrolled, okay, in this table something like, okay, so primary key means, as you all know, if I am using this primary key into another table, in that table SID will become your foreign key. Okay, so what is the use means of when I use this foreign key, I can say that I have established a connection between those two tables. In ER model, in order to connect between two entities, we will be using a line between two entities. But here I cannot draw a line between two tables. So I need to take help of any concept, and that concept is known as foreign key. Right? In this foreign key, by using this foreign key, we can join the two tables, right? So I can link or I can establish the differences or between two tables, right? So how can I insert or how can I write this foreign key? So this foreign key also you can write when you are trying to create the table, or if you forgot to write a foreign key, then you need to use in alter, right? Alter table name, add foreign key. So in that also you can alter the table by using this foreign key. So create table name followed by all the attributes. Primary key is specified. Foreign key is SID. So you need to write one more keyword that is known as references. What is this references means? References, which table you are going to refer is the table name is students. So in this table enrolled, I am taking SID, which is foreign, which is primary key of students, and I am using in enrolled. Okay. So if I want to specify that this SID should be also unique values, then I can have an entry, or sometimes we can specify. If you also not specify, no problem. Okay, since it is primary key, and in other table we are going to specify in primary key a combination of SID and CID, right? So once if you want to look onto the tables enrolled, actually we are having CID and grade, right? But what is this SID? SID is primary key of students, right? So in the students table, SID is primary key. So I'm using this primary key into another table, and this SID will become a foreign key, right? So this is how we are going to use this foreign key. Don't try to forget that we need to use these references, right? So when you are trying to use this referential integrity, there is one concept that some rules are there, right? So when you're going to try to insert, what happens? When you're trying to update the values, what happens? When you're trying to delete the values, what happens, right? So if you are maintaining this foreign key, it is very important that generally one table, as you all know that you have drawn ER diagrams, where ER diagrams will be very much big, right? But in this relational model, we are going to try to establish connection between, or we are studying only binary relations only between two entities only. Okay, imagine that we are doing a project where one table is connected with many entities, right? In ER diagram also we have done. So one table is connected with many tables, then what happens if I update in one table, automatically in all tables also it should get updated, right? So I cannot manually update in each table. So there is one option called cascade. What is the meaning of cascade means? If any action done in one table, automatically in all the tables that action is performed. If I insert or if I update any value from department, what is the department we have taken here? So grade, here grade is there. I am going to change the grade from C to C1, then automatically in all other tables, those who are referring this enrolled, they also gets changed. Okay, so for example, I can take a student database where student database is there with accounts department, exam branch, with the principal, or with the library. So sometimes a student comes and he want to change his address, right? So if he wants to change his address, then he doesn't need to refer all the persons, right? All the departments, no need to refer. Okay, he will go to database and he will say that to change his address. So what happens? Automatically wherever a person record is there, automatically in all those departments, automatically it gets updated, right? So that is the concept of cascade. Cascade means same action will be performed in all the places wherever his record is there. So so where will we apply this? Cascade will be done when you are writing create table. Also you can apply in alter table also. So primary key, foreign key, once you have defined this foreign key, on delete cascade. So when you delete a record in enroll table, all the enrollments of that particular will be deleted. Okay, so on update set, so if you want to update, so automatically a set of data can be updated to default values, right? On update set default means when you're trying to update the values and you want to set any default value, automatically all the records will set to default value. So these are the actions. No action means I don't want to perform any action, even though in the main table any record is deleted, or updated, I should not get any action in all other tables. So sometimes that option it might be used in some applications. So there is a keyword called no action. So this is how we are going to design logical database converting ER to relational. So this is entity and these are attributes. So how to write this? Just write down create table employees followed by all the attributes. What are attributes we have taken? SSN, name, lot, right? LOT. SSN followed by character, char and lot is integer. So since SSN is primary key, I should write primary key and you need to specify what type of attribute you are going to specify, right? So this is how we are going to create a foreign key and see this table works in is one relationship, right? Ante one employee and one department, in the middle whatever relationship. The relationship means in diamond shape we have written in entity model. So for that we have written a table, right? So create table works in, that is relationship name. It acts as a relationship between employees and departments. So I have taken two foreign keys, foreign key and foreign key. Foreign key SSN for employees and DID for departments. So nothing, here we are just learning how to convert an entity into table, how to convert a relation into table. So if there is relationship, how to convert into table, right? And how to specify, here we have specified that there is many employees or one employee will be managed by department. Some key constraints we have specified. So how to specify that key constraints, right? So how to specify that key constraints means here you need to depend upon primary key and foreign key. When you are trying to insert some values, you need to see here managers and department, how to convert this table, or how to apply this key constraints. So it depends upon the data you are trying to insert, right? In the data you are going to try to insert, so you want that a department is managed by only one manager, then you need to insert the data such that only one manager should be there for each department. Okay, so for that you need to specify this primary key, and again here also you need to determine this primary key, right? And this is all about participation constraint, total versus partial. This also we have seen, but how we can implement in the table form, everything is same. Only the thing is you are supposed to write on delete no action. That means if you delete if you because see here an employee is managed by one department, right? Or a department is managed by only one employee, but many employees works in department, right? So if I have written like on delete no action, so if I delete a manager also, if for one employee, if he is not a manager but he will be worked in that department, sometimes a person will lose its role, or he may not be a manager anymore, so but he will be employed for that department. So that I have written on delete no action, right? So even though he is not a manager yet, he will be acted as a employee for that table. So this is weak entity. That means how we are going to convert this weak entity into relational model. This we have seen, which is known as weak entity because it is not having any primary key. So how can we do that? So since this here in department, a combination of department and policy, I have combined the table name because there is no primary key for this. So department policy, I have taken combination of one entity and relationship. So everything you will be writing here, char, integer, real, and that means p name, age, cost, SSN. What is SSN here? SSN is the